Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be one of maybe a couple different fall inspired looks since fall is finally here. So today I'm showing you how to do one of my favorite looks that I do all year round, but I think is especially perfect for fall. It is this really blended golden eye look. So I used a couple of products that are maybe a little more coppery, orangey gold, and then some very pure gold, but it all comes together on the lid. And then, you know, I used a couple of new favorites, old favorites on the eyes, the lips, the face. So just a really easy to put together. You can wear this during the day or out at night, just something to inspire you or to get you into the mood for fall. I'll be using some more, fall inspired colors in future videos, but like I said, I hope you kind of start easing your way into fall with this really pretty gold and rosy look with the lips and just the whole thing. I love it so much. So I really hope that it gives you some inspiration going into fall. And if you want to see how I got this completed full look, then just keep watching. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I've already moisturized, used my eye cream. I also already primed my face using the Maybelline Master Prime Primer I've used in a couple of past videos. Since you've already seen me in those other videos using it, I'm not gonna show that on camera every time. So today we're actually gonna start with our eyes because we are gonna be using shimmers on our eyeshadow today. So when there's any risk of glitter falling into your face, it's easier to wipe that away and then put your foundation on than having to deal with it with your base already laid down. So of course I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids first using my concealer. And then just set that really quickly so that none of the shadows grab in any weird places or your look doesn't end up looking patchy. All right, so today is going to be the first video I film of 2, maybe 3 more using really warm, yummy fall colors since fall has finally arrived here in Northeast Ohio. And so today I'm going to feature one of my absolute favorite colors to wear on my eyes pretty much year round, but it's perfect for fall. I'm going to use really warm browns and golds, gold being the highlight or what I'm going to put all over my eyes on the lid today. So we are going to actually be using 2 oldie but goodies in my mind. The first thing we're going to start with though is of course the shadows that go through the crease. And so today we're going to be using the Morphe 25B palette. I've had this palette for a couple of years now. It's been well loved. I've traveled with it because it is such a good palette. But there has been a redesign on Morphe packaging since I purchased this palette, like I said, a year or 2 ago. So I'm gonna flash to some of the colors so you can see which colors I'm using. So you'll see me cut away to the shadows instead of me like holding it up and showing you. It's just a little easier that way. Long story short, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down a creamy neutral color all over the lid just as a good base color using just an all over eyeshadow brush. All right, next I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, say that 10 times fast, and take just a really, neutral leaning warm brown in my crease. It's actually almost close to my skin color. And I'm going to go ahead and just fluff that in to get us started. So as you can see, that didn't do a ton. It gave a little bit of definition and dimension to my crease or to my lid space, but it doesn't, have a huge big bang impact. So we're gonna slowly start building up some of the more warm browns that are gonna go through the crease. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take a combination of 2 colors, both light orangey browns, and kind of go in the same spot that I just laid that first color down. So as you can probably, guess by the way I'm moving with these shadows, is that I like to start really softly and then build up the pigment to where I want it to be for this particular look. You could obviously, go right in with a really warm, deep brown if you want and then blend it out that way. I'm just going ahead and, like I said, building it up slowly just so I can get the exact pigmentation that I want through the crease. So I'm just, blending, taking the same colors and working slowly until I reach the point I'd like to be at, and then going and using the next shade and just working from there. I'm going to go ahead and take another brush. It's another blending brush, but it's a little thinner, almost a little tapered at the top, so I can get really right in the crease, and just keep taking one of those lighter browns that I've been mixing, but just taking it on its own and putting it in the crease. All right, same brush. I'm gonna take a new shade now, introduce it into the crease. It is a step darker. It's also a little bit more red brown. I'd almost say like almost a brick brown, but not quite that deep, but it's going to, like I said, complement the other colors we're using. Just keep blending and building up slowly. Laying this color down right into the crease, but a little bit lower than the shades we've put down previously. All right, so I didn't say it before I did it, but I took that warm brown that I was talking about, the warm red one, put it all through my crease, and then I went back in and kind of concentrated on the outer edges just for a little bit more depth in that, area of the eye. Now I'm going to take a clean brush without absolutely anything on it and get my mirror that's a little more close up so I can go ahead and see if everything is blended seamlessly, no harsh edges. All right. Looking good. It's up to the pigmentation level that I was looking for. Nothing too, deep or harsh today. So we're actually going to be taking the gold on the lid now. So my first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shadow first and then a powder shadow on top of it. This is a product that has been discontinued, but what I'm going to do is up in the corner of the video, up in this top corner, I'm going to go ahead and put some similar shades or comparable shades to this one that is still for sale online. This is one of ColourPop Cosmetics Super Shock Shadows. I love these. They are a super unique formula. If you've never used them, seen them, they're now sold in Ulta. So if you have an Ulta near you, you can go ahead and test these out or play with them. They are a cream to powder formula. So when you touch it, it's a little bouncy, it's a little creamy, and it's super affordable also. I believe Super Shock shadows are only about $6 each. But this shade, which I said is discontinued, sadly, it's one of my favorite. It's called Sundance. But like I said, I'll put the names of the comparable shades in the corner here. But it is a super pretty gold with like an orange shift or like a copper undertone shift. It's hard to explain, but it's so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that all over my lid and then go in with a gold shadow on top of it. What's also nice about the Super Shock shadows, if you've never used them before, is that they are very long wearing. They don't crease on your eyelids, even though they are, described as cream to powder. That's what's nice about them. They're not going to go on your eyelids and crease. They'll kind of dry down or transform into more of a powder finish. So as you can see, that went all over my lid. I really, really, really love this color. I wouldn't have taken it down to the pan as far as I have if I didn't. I think it is very, very flattering. I'm very sad it's been discontinued, but ColourPop is constantly coming out with new things. That's just the way their brand works. It's kind of unbelievable. So what I'm going to do before I deepen up the outer edges is I'm going to take that gold shimmery shadow from the Morphe palette onto the center of my eye. I'm going to also use my fingertip like I did for the Super Shock shadow. And this is more of like a pure gold, as opposed to the glimmery, coppery undertone of the Super Shock shadow. And of course I'm focusing, as you can see, on the center of my eyelid, but it's not giving me exactly what I want dry. So what I think I will do is I will take it on my finger still, but take a setting spray. Where is my setting spray? All right, found my setting spray. I'm gonna go ahead and wet this shadow that's on my finger and see if it'll have more wet look or a bigger impact once I stick it on the center of my lid. That's better. So it's nothing major. It doesn't totally transform the look, but it does make the eyeshadow just a little bit more golden, or purely golden. All right, wonderful. I'm really liking the way this looks. It's not like chunky, bold glitter. It's just very, you know, shimmery, catches the light, very beautiful, still glittery, but nothing, like I said, chunky, anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and deepen up the outer corners before I finish the top of my eyelids. I'm going to go ahead and take a small blending brush and take a combination of that brick red brown we were using before and a slightly darker warm brown, mix those together and kind of smudge this in like a V shape. So the V going down towards your lash line and up towards the outer corner of your crease. All right, I'm super happy with the way this golden eye look is looking. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of black liquid liner just along the lash line. We're not gonna do a wing or anything today. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in their shade Trooper. Trooper is just the name for their black shade. All right, so super thin black line, you might not even really be able to tell on camera. So before I put mascara on or finish the bottom of my eye, I'm gonna go ahead and start on my face. First today, of course, we're gonna start with foundation. So in my last video, I tried out, well, not really tried out, it was like my second time using the Fenty Beauty Matte Foundation, the first one they came out with. Very recently though, within the past month or so, Fenty released a hydrating version of their foundation, which I was super excited about because I am on the dry side. So a hydrating foundation sounded like super exciting to me. So what I did is I went into Sephora and I asked for a sample. I'm wearing the Hydrating Longwear Foundation today. I'm in the shade 120. I just laid a little bit down on my face. I may have to add a little bit more to build up to the coverage that I'd like. And I have worn this foundation once before. And I did really like it. Like I said, I thought I would because of the more hydrating formula, but it didn't wear as long as I thought it would for being a long wear foundation. I definitely had to powder and touch up my face after about 10 hours, which, I mean, it was a long day for me. That day I don't always have makeup on my face for 12 or 13 hours, but that day I did. So after about 10 hours, I did have to touch up, which I very, very rarely have to do. So that is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about getting this formula of this foundation and you are dry like I am. It's not as long wearing as I wish it was, which was a little surprising. So as you can see, I've already started laying down my concealer. I'm using the same concealer I've used in probably every single video, except for the one where I did my quick everyday makeup. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I am layering 2 colors, as I often do, one for color correcting and one for brightness. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly powder my face using some translucent setting powder. This is from the brand Laura Mercier. All right, I'm gonna finish up my under eyes and throw some mascara on before I finish the rest of my face. So I'm going to first throw on a little bit of nude eyeliner right in my waterline to kind of brighten up my eyes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just use those same matte warm browns that we were using through the crease and kind of do them in reverse on my lower lash line. So I like to take the darkest colors closest to my lash line and then blend them out using the lighter colors in my crease. All right, I don't want my lower lash line too blown out or smoky today, so I'm gonna leave it just like this. I'm going to quickly curl my eyelashes and throw some mascara on. You could probably already guess which mascara I'm using. Maybe not. If you've watched my past videos, you know that I really love the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. With the final look done, I am really, really happy with it. It's nothing too structured, you know, nothing like a cut crease or anything too crazy. It's just a very blended, shimmery, coppery gold. Like I've said, it's like my favorite kind of eye look to do no matter the season, but it's perfect for fall. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is move on to my face. Take my bronzer, another product that you've seen me use in past videos if you've been watching my series here. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the lightest shade, of course. and today I actually am going to contour just a little using my favorite powder contour from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Just the tiniest bit. And if you still think that line looks a little harsh, which I do, you can just take your bronzer brush without any additional product on it and go over it one more time. And I think that it looks really nice. So I've also recently been not exactly contouring my nose, but instead of putting bronzer over the whole bridge of my nose, which sometimes disrupts the foundation underneath, that's just the way things lie on my nose, I've been taking a kind of angled eyeshadow brush and just like almost contouring my nose, but not really, just kind of throwing some color down on it so that it doesn't look blank in the middle of my face. So now on to blush today. We are going to be using a matte blush that's in a peachier color that I thought would really complement this eye look. It is a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Captivating. These blushes are super pigmented, so you don't need a ton of it. All right, done with blush. Now onto highlighter, and I will also use this highlighter as the kind of highlight on the inner corner of my eyelid and also my brow bone. I'm going to be using a highlighter that I've used before. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Loose Highlighter. That's in their more champagne-y golden shade, which I thought would, again, complement the eye look that we did today. So I'm going to take it with a little bit of setting spray on it. And graze the cheekbone and then up along the brow, kind of like in the shape of a C, but truly just grazing my skin. All right, nearly done. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm going to just go through them quickly. I won't show them on camera, but I'll tell you what I'm using first. Today I'm using two Anastasia Beverly Hills products. Today I'm using the Brow Definer in the shade Blonde and their Clear Brow Gel. All right, and then to finish off the look today, we're going to go ahead and throw some lipstick on. I am using a color that I have loved for a very long time. It is a matte bullet lipstick from the brand NYX. It is in the shade Eurotrash. That's a cute name, but a really cute color, promise you that. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that on really quickly. Alrighty, so as you can see, it's kind of like a mauve-y, rosy color, but like kind of deep. I don't know how to explain it. I've loved this lipstick for a long time, and I think it goes really well with the whole completed look with the coppery gold eye. I think it looks really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly set my face. Today I'm using a different setting spray than I usually use. It is from the brand BADESCU. It is their facial spray. They make a couple different scented ones. This is the one with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So it doesn't have as smooth as a spray as some of my other setting sprays have. It kind of like leaves droplets on your face, which isn't the end of the world. But if you notice a big one that's kind of like ruining the vibe, you can just take your sponge and lightly tap it out. All right, and so I think this is the finished look.